Hey Achievers, it's the end of the month and I work my budget and pay all my bills at the very end of the month. So this is the first time I'm going to share that process with you and show you what I do step by step. Are you excited? So I use an Excel spreadsheet to track all of my expenses. So I'll show you that spreadsheet and then I'll show you the paper-based version as well. All right, so no matter which one you use, they're both available on my website, lakeishasimmons.com. If you don't have yours, I'm sure by the end of this video you will want to get it, okay? Because I'm going to break down how simple it is to do your budget. I'm going to go through all my income sources, all my expenses for the month, how I pay my credit cards, how I pay bills. Everything is here. Let's go. So the way this works is you're simply going to go to the very top. So start around B3 and enter your gross income. So I just have some fictitious numbers here just to give you an idea of how it works. So this particular person makes about $60,000 a year, but you're just going to take whatever number is on your paycheck. And then you're going to type in your deductions, however much your deductions are, just take those directly off of your pay stub and you'll get an amount here that would be your net income. Then you're going to write in or type in your expenses. So however you split those up over time, over the month, okay? Spending, restaurants, and this is your spending plan. So what do you plan to spend? How do you want your money to be spent? That's the purpose of a budget. It's not what I actually spent in the past and do I have anything left over. You want to be very proactive because potentially you might want to save up for travel, maybe a new house. And of course, I'm a big proponent of the Roth IRA. You want to max that out every year at $6,000 per year. So if you invest $500 a month, that will get you there to your goal. All right. And then you will see that there's a balance column in row 40. That tells you what you have left over after you have spent all of your money. The important thing is try to get this around $20 a month remaining, or close to zero, but probably no more than $20, because in that way you know that you've allocated your money. I then recommend that you download Mint app, which is a way that you can create budgets in the app. So when you charge something to your card or something comes out of your bank account, it will automatically go into categories. So that's something to look into to ensure that you are staying on budget. So I hope that helps. Just simply enter your numbers and it will calculate everything for you. Let's flip open the Budget Bestie. So of course I use my disc bound planner and I print out all of my sheets here. And let's flip straight over to our finances. The spending log is going to be key for you if you have trouble keeping up with all of your day-to-day expenses. So if you're one of those people who say, I don't know how much I've spent and I just look at my ATM receipt, then you need something such as a spending log. Clearly, you can make this, all right? Word document, or you can just get a notepad and write this out yourself. You could do this once every few days, once a week on Fridays, and write down all of your receipts. So just keep your receipts, write them down. Now, that's going to be key. If you don't like paper, then you can use something called Mint. It's made by the same company that makes TurboTax. That's what I use to track my spending. But if you need a paper base, then you can create something such as a spending log. Now, when you get ready to pay your bills, reconcile your bank account, when you're getting paid, you first need to see how much money you currently have, right? Because you could potentially have some extra money still in your checking account. So this is a quick little checklist so that you can stay organized with your money. The first thing you're going to do, log into your bank account, log into your credit cards, write down all of the balances. Check for any missing checks, maybe that haven't been cashed yet or cleared. And then you're going to just write those balances somewhere. Then we're going to go here. So step 1, pay period expenses. This is in the Budget Bestie. You could also get this out of the version that is on Amazon. You can have your own bound planner. But anyway, you're going to just write down that beginning balance somewhere. So this is my checking account balance. This is just an example, but it's pretty close to what mine is. But of course, I use Excel mostly. So you'll write down your major bills. So these are my major bills: household bills, child's tuition, utilities, Planet Fitness, Amazon credit card. So I have some Christmas things, some household things on there. My main spending happens on a Chase card. So I have a Chase card, and that's where I pretty much buy everything, and most of my bills get charged to it. So Netflix, cable, things like that can get charged to the Chase card. My groceries, contact lenses, eating out, gasoline. So some of my expenses are a little bit lower than what they would be because I was out of town for a couple of weeks, and so that comes out of my travel budget, not my everyday budget. So trip payment, Christmas, shipping charges, website, StreamYard, TubeBuddy, some different business things are there. And so those were the majority of my expenses for the month, close to $5,000, and that's about accurate for me for my monthly expenses. You will notice you won't see automobile payment here because my car is paid off. I don't have any other debt, so I just don't have those bills. What else? Household expenses here. And I think that pretty much covers most of my bills. I really don't have a lot of bills. Okay, so that's step 2 here on your reconciliation checklist. We're going to go to step 2 in the planner, which is we're going to write out our income sources. So whatever income sources you have, you'll list those. Your total income for the month, add that to the beginning balance, which is what you had left over. Then you're going to total up those expenses from the previous page, write that amount here, and then any savings and investments that you have. So if you have a 401k, that may have already come out of your paycheck, and that's fine to stay there. For me, since I have a business and that's where I'm mainly investing, would come from my after-tax money. So that's why there's a row here. But I'm also going to pay a little bit towards my business taxes. Travel, fund, savings, just some on-hand savings. But of course, because of the stage that I'm in, I already have my emergency account, I already have my long-term savings, I already have my long-term investments. So I'm not in a phase where I need to save a lot of money because the money is already saved, if that makes sense. I already have emergency money, I already have, all of those things. So I don't really have to put up a lot of money, but just so that I'm not overspending. Now, if I have a little extra, I'll just pay some taxes, put some to my solo 401k or into savings account. So once you subtract those, so your income minus your bills, minus any debts here, and minus any savings, then you get a total amount. For me, I typically like for this to go to $0 or maybe $100 because I want to allocate every penny. For the most part, I keep a little bit of a buffer, so that's why I say I may let this be $100. In my checking account, I want to keep about $500, $600 in my checking, but I'm not going to keep a lot of cash there. All right. So once we've done that, we'll go ahead and pay the bills. We'll make any transfers over to our savings accounts. So we'll pay the Chase card, we'll pay the Amazon card. Anything that's not on auto pay, we'll pay that. And then we'll go over and we'll update our investment trackers, our savings trackers, and just to make sure that we're on track with where we want to be saving, where we want our money to flow. So I'll just flip over to some of those trackers just to quickly show you.